Hi everybody, welcome back for another workout with Health Here, Help There. Hopefully you've been up and active, you've seen some of our other videos online. We've got another great one for you today to get you moving. I'm going to start you off with a quote again. This one's by Thomas Edison. Opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work. So for today's workout, all you need is a medicine ball or a weight, something to give you a little bit of resistance, as well as some kind of flat bar. So I'm going to be using this bar. You want to find something that's sturdy that can support your weight. Today's workout, I'm going to go through all the exercises with you right now. What it is two separate exercises, one for the lower body, one for the upper body, or in some of the cases, abdominals, and then they're combined together to give you a full body exercise. So you're going to do each part for 30 seconds, and then the combination exercise for 30 seconds as well. So that gives you a minute 30 for each group of exercises. You're going to do each exercise twice through. So the first part of this exercise is a squat. We've already gone over this exercise in previous videos, but just to remind you, you don't want your knees coming over your toes. You want your weight solidly distributed throughout your foot. And when you come down, you want to make sure that you're squeezing down in your bum to come back up. The version that I showed you is a little bit of a tougher version with your hands on your head, down, jumping, landing nice and soft. Or you can always just do a basic squat, coming back up from there. For the press part of this exercise, you need a medicine ball or some kind of weight. You can use milk jugs, anything you want. You're going to grab it close to your chest, squeezing your core nice and tight to stabilize. Legs are just over shoulder width apart, and you're going to press up to the sky, back down. Make sure when you're pressing up that you're not arching your back to help you. Keep your bottom facing backwards, push up and back down. Okay? To combine them, feet come a little bit wider, squat down till the ball touches the ground. With your nice form, weight in the heels, pull the ball back up to your chest and press. Bring it back down, hang it in between your knees, touch it to the ground, and repeat. The way to make this harder is just to get a heavier weight. So the next exercise we're doing is a combination of hamstrings and a reverse pull-up. So the first part of the exercise, you're going to come down onto your back. Again, if you want to make it easier, hands come by the side. If you want to make it more challenging, bring them up and across your chest. You're going to lift your bottom off the ground. This is the more basic version. If you want to make it a little more difficult, lift one leg up in the air. Hold for 5 seconds, switch, lift the other leg. The key for this exercise is to make sure, again, that your core is engaged. You're not letting your bum come down towards the ground. You're keeping it up in the air and everything nice and straight in a line. The next part of this exercise is a reverse pull-up. So what you're going to be doing is holding onto your bar. You can use any kind of solid bar that you have in your house that you know will support you. I'm using an underhand grip to involve my biceps more. If you want to make it a little more difficult, you can switch your hands to an overhand grip. So what you're doing is bringing your legs out, lifting your body, straightening your arms down, and then pulling all the way up until your chest comes to the bar. If this is too difficult, bring your feet in closer. The closer your feet are, the smaller your lever, and the easier the exercise is going to be. If that's still too difficult, bring the feet in even closer and give yourself a little bit of help from your legs. To combine these two exercises, we're going to have our hands on the bar as before, coming up, lifting the bum off the ground, getting into our hamstring position, and lifting up. If that's too difficult, feet on the ground, the key is that you want your toes off the ground and you want to really dig your heels into the floor. So this next exercise is combining an angled squat with an exercise we call the lawnmower. So for the squat part, what you're going to be doing is getting your feet a little bit wider than normal. You're going to be squatting down and putting more of the weight in one leg, touching the ground, coming up, and squatting, putting more of the weight in the opposite leg. If you want to make that more difficult, stay low and switch your weight from side to side. For the lawnmower portion of this exercise, you're going to start with your feet just over shoulder width. The ball comes to your side. You can use a ball or any kind of weight you have at home. You're going to tighten your core, and using your obliques and your abdominals, you're going to twist, pull the ball up to the sky, and back down, just as though you were trying to start your lawnmower. When you're doing this exercise, make sure that you're not using momentum to swing the ball. You want to go nice and controlled, using your muscle strength to do the work. To combine the two, same position, very similar exercise, but you're going to come all the way down to the ground, back up. So all the way down. Okay, the ball doesn't have to quite touch the ground. That's going to depend on how long your arms are and how low you're comfortable squatting. Come up and reach. So you can do 5 on one side, 5 on the other. So the next exercise is a push-up combined with a knee up, and we're going to put them together to make what we call a monkey push-up. So you're going to keep your hands about shoulder width apart. We've gone over some of our push-up technique in previous videos, but just to remind you, you're going to come into your nice, strong, high plank position, making sure that your head is nice and relaxed, core is tight, back is flat, and you're going to push all the way down and come all the way up. Remember that if that's too difficult, come down onto the knees to make it a little easier. For the knee ins, what we're going to do is bring your knee up towards your elbow and back down. The key with this exercise is to make sure that your core is tight and you're not letting your bum sag or bringing it up to the sky. You want to be in a nice, straight, flat line. The faster you do this exercise, the higher it's going to get your heart rate and the more difficult it's going to be. To make it a little easier, come down onto the knees and do the same thing. So to combine these two exercises, we're going to do something called a monkey push-up. This is a relatively advanced exercise. If you find it's too difficult, don't be discouraged. I'll give you an easier version. So what you're going to do is come up into your push-up position and you're going to bring your knee to your elbow as you go down into a push-up. So it looks like this. If you're finding that really difficult, come down onto your knees. Try it there. If that's still too tough, separate the motions again and just do them separately. The last exercise in this workout is an abdominal exercise. So what you're going to be doing is lying on your back. The first part is a basic crunch, but your legs are going to be up at 90 degrees. If you find that's too difficult, bring your feet back down and start from there. With any basic crunch, you want to make sure that you're engaging your core before you start. You're coming up, and when you come back down, you're rolling your vertebra one at a time back onto the ground, almost as though you're trying to make an imprint on your mat of each vertebra coming down. The second half of this exercise comes from the bottom of your body. Your legs are going to point straight up in the air. Your arms can be on your chest, or to make it a little bit easier, they can come down by your sides. And what you're going to be doing is lifting your bum off the floor. This is a great exercise for the lower abdominals. And the key to this exercise is that it's not about how high you lift, it's about how controlled you do the motion. So what you want to do is lift up and back down, up and back down. You want to make sure you're not swinging your legs, because that's letting momentum help you, and we're not bringing as much focus into those lower abdominals. So lift and back down. To combine these two exercises, your legs are going to come up to 90, arms come across the chest, you're going to crunch up and lift your bum at the same time to touch your elbows to your thighs, come back down from both. Bum comes up, elbows to the thighs, slowly lower back down. If this starts to bother your back at any time, you can stop, reset your core, pull your belly button in towards your spine and try again. If it's still bothering your back, switch to a different exercise. So that's our workout for today. It's definitely one that will make you sweat. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember that the idea is to do your best, put in the effort, and try and get as much done as you can. Don't get discouraged. Whatever you're doing, that's great. You're up, you're active, you're moving, and that's the whole point.